Would you marry Clementine? So it's one of those Q&As, I guess. Hello all and welcome, it's InfernoKun. I asked you guys for some questions on my community section of my channel because I hit a milestone of, I think 21,000 subscribers or something like that. 20k, whatever. We hit a milestone and that's pretty awesome. Here's a Q&A. I haven't done one in a very long time, but let's go ahead and jump into some of the questions you guys have asked me. Not that first one. It's a bit weird. I don't want to go to jail. But anyways, question coming from Burger Boys asking, since Clem lost her leg, do you think if they continued The Walking Dead, you would play as AJ? I think in a perfect world where Telltale didn't really foresee them actually stopping The Walking Dead, I think it would have been reasonable to go ahead and say, hey, a season 5 would be AJ. That would pretty much be a given, you know. He's still perfectly functional, Clementine, legless, not really suitable for a walking around, running around type role, so I think it would be. Now, with Walking Dead being the final season, I don't think it's likely. It could happen, but, you know, it is the final season of Clementine, like, her appearance or her story, so I don't think so. I would love it, but, you know, I think that it would be good to move on to maybe new character, something like that. I don't know. Go ahead and move on. Question coming from Jakey Wakey saying Valentine or Clueless. So, pretty much I saw a question that I answered in the live stream one time, which is the better ship for Clementine? Whichever one you want, okay? I mean, personally, I chose Violet because, you know, she is awesome. I love her character. But I think that Lewis may just be a better option, like in a actual canon type situation. I think Lewis would be a great person for Clementine. He's funny, he's awesome, and AJ can even look up to him as a father figure in a way. I don't know, but I would still choose Violet for my playthrough, but if it was a canon type, you know, situation, I would say Clementine is better suited for Lewis. That's my opinion right there. Moving on, question coming from Weird Wolf 101 asking, why did Lee not survive a bite and Clem did? I saw a bunch of things about this from people commenting like, oh, this doesn't make any sense, how did Clementine survive that and Lee did not? So I was thinking, I haven't seen any videos. I saw videos from creators actually putting them out, but I haven't watched them because I'm too lazy. But I would think that Lee waited a bit too long to go ahead and do that. You know, he got big, he went all the way over to Vernon's safe house thing, and that was a very, very long trip, so maybe it might have been too long to go ahead and cut it off. I think that Clementine had a bit more leeway, got bit, went to the barn, you know, fought off walkers, and then cut it off. Hey, I'm not entirely sure, but also people said, hey, Minerva used the axe on walkers, and they have walker blood and stuff like that, and in the TV show, Negan wanted to go ahead and have walker weapons. In a way, have walker guts on their weapons, go ahead and affect people. What about that? Well, I don't know about that, but that might have been a little bit of a type thing, I'm not sure, but you can go ahead and make what you will from that. I think it was a bit too late for Lee, but not for Clementine. Question from You Found Totally Orange. Who do you like more, Duck or Tin? Well, Duck never got anybody killed, and of course Tin can do that, and he was a little bit messed up. He can get Mitch killed, kinda, and of course Tin can also get Violet or Lewis killed, so hey, I like Duck a bit more. Just my opinion right there. Anyways, question coming from Thomas Enderlord asking, what are your thoughts on the new PS5 coming out? It's a quick one. Pretty much there were some specs that leaked. I didn't get a PS4 until last year during the summer, okay? I was an Xbox and PC guy, mainly PC guy. I'm 100% mainly PC. So then Microsoft started bringing over the Xbox exclusives over the PC, and I was like, why did I even buy an Xbox? But you know, PS5 is looking good for those of you who are console people. Seems to be a lot more power in it, which is definitely really great for games. And of course, you know, having to be forced to buy one, I guess, for games like future PS5 exclusives. And even Last of Us Part 2, maybe if it's on there, I'm not sure. But it does look pretty strong as of right now. A lot more RAM, a lot more CPU power, and better graphics card as well. That's definitely really, really great. So as of right now, I am impressed for a console. My top complaint about the consoles like PS4, Xbox One is that they aren't really pushing games at 30 FPS. With the PS5, they said, hey, we can go ahead and play native 4K at 30 FPS. Like, focus on 1080p 60. I don't care about 4K. I don't. As long as my game runs 60 FPS, I don't care. Focus on frame rate, not resolution. 4K is like, you know, not fully here yet. Anyways, enough of that rant. Question coming from TwitchyGamer456 saying, do you think there will be another Walking Dead game? Yes, I think there will be in the very, not distant future, but in the future. Skybound has shown some interest in wanting to go ahead and tell more stories in The Walking Dead, but it may take a little bit because of preparation, because Skybound Games is not Telltale Games. They have to go ahead and prepare themselves to go ahead and make a game and do that, so it may take a little bit of time and work, but there will be more Walking Dead games according to Skybound as of right now. Question coming from the Faith Trio twice saying, do you think Skybound will add a DLC about how Lily found the Delta, or maybe what happened to Krista? So as of right now, we know Skybound Games is working on the definitive collection as of right now. So right now the resources are on that. But I would love to see, if you guys haven't seen my interview with the voice of Lily, I would definitely love to see a video about Lily at the Delta. What happens if she goes back? Maybe even split that into being an episode about, what if Lily survives and goes back to the Delta? Or even what if James survives and goes back to wherever he goes, okay? That would be pretty cool, but I'd love to see what happened to Lily before the final season, or maybe even, after. Things like that. As far as Krista, I don't think so, but, who knows. Question from Harris Alam asking, who is your favorite Walking Dead character? If I can't say Clementine, I probably have to say, this is a hard one, either Violet or Jane. And you might be saying, Inferno, what the hell? Did you say Jane, not Kenny? What? Yeah, that's true. I love Jane as a character. She was definitely a really interesting character as far as getting to know a lot about her in season 2. And of course, she kind of does the stupidest thing ever in New Frontier, but I don't really count that because that was just, just stupid writing. But I did like Jane as a character in season 2. I'm just saying, I liked her. That's about it. I apologize. But anyways, before I get swarmed, question also from Harris asking, how old are you? 21. Question from Marshmallow asking, do you think Brody should have lived? That's a very good question. I think Brody was a very interesting character. She was full of just positivity sometimes and was really cool, and she had a side to her that was, really weird, and I want to know more about her. And that's pretty much where I leave off with that. I would definitely want her to live on, but as a character in the game, she serves her purpose to go ahead and die to prove that Marlon was a bit crazy and hiding something. And that was her pretty much purpose in the episode, in the actual season, I mean. And she served it very well. Her living would definitely be really awesome, but I think that her dying was a bigger purpose than her living would ever be, probably. I'm not sure. Anyways, question coming from Alexia asking, will you play The Last of Us 2? I definitely will be. I finished Last of Us last year during the summer. It was definitely a fun and great game, and looking forward to seeing what changes they make and innovations they make with Last of Us Part 2. It's definitely looking very great. So, question coming over from Jayton S asking, if there was a DLC, do you think it should be about the Caravan group? We could play as their leader and embark on our dangerous journey to Texas 2 for refuge. So, one question I have about that is, how would they know about Texas 2? Would they go back to their group and be like, hey, we should probably move over to Texas, That could be, a little bit weird because they already been there, and them going back to it would be like, okay, what's the point there? But I think that they should probably do a DLC about, lost things that weren't really wrapped up in the actual whole series, like characters. That would really be really cool. I'm not sure. That is what I think, but that's definitely an interesting question. I wonder who that Caravan could actually be, by the way. Anyways, questions coming from Sterl's Dog asking, most cruel punishments in the Walking Dead game in your opinion? I would definitely have to say Kenny getting beaten with the radio by Carter. That was definitely really brutal, definitely really cruel as well. Most disturbing death? I can't think of one that's really disturbing, but I would probably say cutting off Sarita's arm and then watching her getting bit by the walkers around her and eaten alive. That was a little bit disturbing for me, okay? Just watching it was a bit disturbing and was like, oh shit, what did I do? That would have to be the one. And least favorite Erickson student, probably have to say Willie. he was cool and all, but he's not the most exciting one. Okay, you could probably say Omar, but Omar is the god, okay, Chef God, so I can't talk about him being the least favorite, so probably Willie. Anyways, question coming over from Elf asking, do you like Harry Potter, Star Wars, or neither? You can't say both, you must choose. I like them both though. If you mean which one I like the most, I'd probably say Star Wars, so that's your answer there. Question coming from Zach Williams asking, what made you make funny episodes of The Walking Dead? Well, I want to go ahead and try out new things, and I really did make a kind of a montage type thing before, and of course I want to go ahead and do it with The Walking Dead, and my friend at the time had the idea as well, so I went ahead and did that, and it did pretty well. You guys seem to love that, so that's definitely really awesome. Question coming from Troubling Combat asking, what made you start YouTube? Well, I believe I was interested in looking at Naruto discussions for the manga and the video games at the time, and I was pretty good at the game, so I want to go ahead and share my gameplay. That's pretty much it. I want to go ahead and share my gameplay because I thought I was good at the game. Fast forward a bit, I did a couple more Naruto discussions and all that kind of stuff, and eventually got to The Walking Dead, and the rest is history. So thank Naruto that I made Walking Dead videos, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, last question coming from a Marshmallow Noob asking, what got you interested in The Walking Dead? Well, pretty much, I was never really interested in The Walking Dead. I began YouTube with Naruto and eventually got to The Walking Dead, and that was because of The Wolf Among Us. I played Wolf Among Us Season 1, Episode 1 on my Xbox, and I was like, holy shit, this is great. And then I saw that, hey, these developers actually made more games, and one of them is The Walking Dead Season 1. So I played all 5 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 1 and was like, man, that is great. So pretty much your question, the answer would be Wolf Among Us got me interested in it. And that's pretty crazy. So thank you all for all your awesome questions. This was definitely a really fun Q&A and a lot of great questions that were asked and I answered. So if you guys want to see more Q&As, they might come. I'm not sure. I don't want to do them too frequent because I did last time and it got a bit too much for me. So we'll have to see about how it plays out in the future. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you guys have enjoyed, and subscribe. It all helps the channel and helps me grow and all of that great stuff. I'm InfernoKun. Look out for more videos, and of course, join the Discord server that I have in the pinned comment and also the description box below. It is the story-based game community Discord server. That's it for me. I'm InfernoKun, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out.